Yeah, you see, I've walked through this. I thought it was impassable at first, but it's not. If you've got trousers, I think we'll have to call this Nettle Way, don't you? Look at all of these. The whole thing is pretty much a nettle briar. So this hasn't been walked along for quite some time because the nettles aren't well bashed. Do you know what I mean? They've overgrown. So wherever this goes, it's probably not that important. There's probably another way of getting there. But I started, so I'm going to finish. Okay, and it's an ending here in a field. So I can't instantly see any entrances or exits along the other side of the field either. That has to be Ripon Road along there with the fire engine going. Thankfully, the road does continue. Back along this side. That just goes into the nettle briar. But this would appear to head into some more wood, so I'm going to follow this for a bit before turning all the way back and walking back through the nettle briar to the crossroads. It would appear that the route out of the nettle briar leads us here, and I don't think we're as lost as I think we are, in fact, because I have a sneaking suspicion that that way will take us back to the crossroads along the road with all the steps, and that this that is either going to be the end of the route back down to the river, or the route along which from the river we found the crossroads in the first place. This onwards again seems to empty into two places. We've got an emptying into here, which I think is probably the same field, in fact. Oh no, it's actually out to the road, this one. Well, it goes into both, look. We've got a field there. This is the nettle briar field that we came out on before. And that takes us down, and that will be Ripon Road at the bottom. So this will be the point which we have to explore everything that way on. But now I need to go back this way and check out the crossroads, and I'm going to walk back along this path because logically there's not really enough room to fit any more paths in this place. These two have to lead back to be 2 of the 4 crossroads. Once we get back to the crossroads, that's 3 done, and it's just the one then on this side down from the beach meeting onwards. This is horribly muddy. Still, there we are. I'm correct. Look, see? So everything this side is either the field or the nettle briar. Trust me to find that out before the river and the woods. So, heading back this way then, we know that that leads back to the Pine Ridge Bowl. That goes to the field and the briars, and that comes back from the field and the briars. This one, we know only that it can take us to the beach of meeting, if we go through this little gap here. I think it was this little gap here, was it? Maybe was it this little gap here? And now I can't remember where I came out. Yes, it was this little gap here, and we know that there's a trail down by the river that we can also get to along here. This one heads back in this direction, and I would imagine it either meets up with the one at path at the bottom, or it meets up at the other crossroads past the Briar crossroads, we'll call it. So we're going to find out. I think these are crab apples. I think I found a crab apple tree. Yeah, I think it's a crab apple tree. We had a crab apple tree in our garden in Lincoln. Actually, it was never in our garden, it was in the next door neighbour's garden, but it used to hang over. So as well as having one cooking apple, 2 eating apple and a pear, we also had crab apples. Oh, there we are. You learn a new thing every day, don't you? Okay, so the bend here takes us down there, and that has to go down to the river. This one, I imagine, is what carries on to the Briar crossroads. I'm going to go down here and check that this goes down to the river and see if there's anything that goes back across there on the riverside. We know there's something on the river going this way, so, and we can always check this out later. I'm eventually going to have to stop and actually draw a map, otherwise I'm going to forget where I am. And look, as if by magic, there's a seating area for me. So I shall sit here and draw my map so that I know exactly where I am. As you can see, this one does lead down here, and you can see 2 things. There is a path that carries on that way, and it is the path that links up this way, which will go back up the cliff at the point of the cliff of meeting. But now I need to write all this down here.